Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So we kind of discussed these thing, and in tuples, we could also discuss the method related to tuples. Yeah, we have. So let's just let's go to this thing. Add a new markdown in Python tuples. Let's create a tuple which is a is equals to some tuple which is maybe, oh, this is a markdown, is 1 and 2 and 3. Guess that's enough, and let's now do this thing. So tuple only have two methods, index, count, and I guess that's it, index and count. So as you know, with count we can know how many times that value occurs in the tuple, and index just gives us that index of that. So the tuples are immutable, like we can't really change the values, so we don't have much to do with tuple. So I guess that's it. Let's do index to index of 1, it will return 0. So yeah, we only had these two methods associated with tuples. Set.
Yeah,
Okay. Sets, as you remember, like, do you remember anything about sets, like any main points?
I actually don't.
Okay, so just remember, like, your high school maths sets are, we taking union and that stuff, intersection. And the thing is, we can't have any
Yeah,
duplicates in this set, so only one single unique value in set can be there. Let's create a set to see. I don't think so. Like in machine learning data analysis, we use this, but we can use this in some cases where we wanna drop duplicates, and we just can put a list into set, and it will automatically drop all the duplicates. So it's good to discuss this. Set is like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma, oh, something like this. But if I will display this, it will only contain unique values, and also I guess in mm, sorted kind of thing. Yeah, it also sorts the
okay.
the, the the I don't know, anything, the sequence. Okay, so, oh, we were going to see the methods associated with this. So we can add. Okay, we have a lot of them actually. Add, let's see what add really is. Add an element to a list. So let's add 44. Let's see what happens. Oh, it gets added to this.
Yeah,
So instead of
and he
append, we
sorted
have
it
a
too.
add. Yeah, list we're having append, and it has add. Let's see more clear. We know about this. Copy, we know. Difference is, I guess, comparing, like subtracting two different sets, if I'm not wrong. Returns the difference of two or more sets or something like this. Yeah, if I again pass a inside this, so the difference, so yeah, it's an empty set, everything got subtracted from everything. But if I do a plus 1, what will, oh, it's a syntax, it's not numpy array.
Yeah,
Numpy
because
array,
it
yeah,
takes
we
time.
can
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Yeah. So basically it's I don't think so, but yeah, maybe we can use this if you want to somewhere.
Or you put
Difference, yeah.
a comma between A and one. That's gonna work.
Sorry, what did you say?
I say if you put a comma between A and one.
It's not gonna work because this difference method only operates on two sets. So what I was saying,
Okay,
I was
okay.
saying, okay, I have a first list which is 1 comma 4 comma 3, and I am again putting this same list inside this and saying subtract this. So obviously the answer is gonna be an empty set because everything is subtracted, and that stuff.
Mm.
So I can generate a new kind of set B, and I can say it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. if I enter B here, let's see what happens. Yeah, so it kind of subtracts. There are a few numbers which get subtracted from by each other, A and B. Let's kind of see. So 1 subtracts 1, 3 subtracts 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and rest is here. That's how it works. Discard, I guess it's for deleting. Intersection is, kind of mathematical term. Intersection is just keep the common, and a subset is just taking the union. Pop is popping the last element. Remove is removing any element. When we don't know the index, we can use remove, because inside this we just put a specific value instead of the index. And again, union and update. So I don't think so we need to go through all of them. We just discussed the basic one. Intersection update, it's like do an intersection and also update the first set, I guess. Probably like that, something like that. So yeah. Okay, I guess all is
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sets and dictionaries. Yeah, we should actually discuss a bit about dictionaries, a bit more about dictionary. This is a dictionary. Okay, so yeah, this is a cool formatting thing. We can also do something like this,
Indentation.
in a single line, but that was a more kind of organized thing. So when we have a really kind of long thing, so we can just enter each, pair on a new line. That will kind of really organize this thing. So yeah, this was this tip. Then let's see what we have for this. Again, clear, delete everything, copy. From keys, let's see what this really is. Create a new dictionary with keys from my tradable and values set. Okay, if I run this, what will happen? Expect at least one argument called 0. Let's enter brand. Okay, BRAND. That's quite interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what just happened, but as we can see, we just gave a string and it kind of created a new dictionary, and this was the keys and the
Yeah.
elements are something like this. So basically, we can just give a list to which contains some kind of names. One, and what's wrong with you? 1 and TWO2. Let's see what happens. So yeah, this is a cool thing. Like if we have a dictionary, we can use this from keys. These are the keys and the values are none. So later on we can add the values if we just know keys. So this could be done. This is the one thing which could be done.
And
Yeah.
if we're going to add values, would we be just putting the values next to them, or how are we going to add the values?
Oh yeah, good question. So we can do something like this, and again we need to use that square notation. We need to put a square bracket, and inside that we need to put the value of key, our key. So go in this dictionary, go on this key and add this value, 55. And now let's do this and see. On this one, he kind of added 55.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yep. Oh, it doesn't add it on this thing because this was a new thing and I didn't saved this into or something. So it was just, a print statement, but this was the original list. That's how we add the values, but yeah, that's how we add new or update the values or something. So get method
Yeah,
returns a
yeah.
value for key if key is in the dictionary. Get. Okay, we can get the value of the dictionary by brand. Return me brand. So for brand we have the key this. So I don't know, they're pretty much easy, but this tick dot this get items, it will basically return both keys and items. Keys will only return keys and value will only return values, like all the values and all the keys from the dictionary. Let's do this. Like, see, it returns all the keys in a list, and same for values. It returns all the value from this stuff. So let's see what else we have. Pop, similar. Pop item, like popping the thing. Let's try this. What it does. D dot pop. So yeah, we need to give the specific key on which we wanna pop the thing. So it's like go on this and pop. It's like K this tick, and then we wanna give the brand. What's the brand? I guess let's do this. Oh, we have a Ford key value error Ford. Let's try something else. Oh yeah, it kind of popped, so we need to give only key, and it's gonna pop the value. And if I print this tick, we will not have that, brand key
Yeah, yeah,
and its value and that stuff. Yeah, this dot tick from get keys pop item. Let's see what this really is.
what
Pop
that
item.
does, yeah.
I guess it pops the last item from the list, probably. Yeah, it does the same. But if you want to pop a specific kind of, thing, we can just give the key. So both of them, like whole the item, like whole of this key value pair will get popped. But if you want to just pop the last thing, we can use pop item. This tick dot this and set default. Update is basically, let's see what update is. No, we don't have much for that. I guess we need to enter a new list. 1 equals to 1 and 2 have 2. Let's see what happens. I guess this is gonna overwrite the list or what? No, so it's just adding. It's kind of appending something, you could say something like that. This part was the up till this was the original list, and that's what we
Yeah,
updated in that
then
stuff.
yeah, they want to.
Yep. This tick dot set default. Okay. What this really is, set default, we can give inside key and then this. Okay, let's give brand or something like a model, and let's see what happens. Machine busy. I don't know what this is really is, but anyways, just maybe we can later on discuss about that. So I guess the important one which we kind of really discussed was similar to the list: clear copy and get item returns both item, that key only returns key, pop the last item, pop a specific item by giving the key. Update is updating, adding at the end of that, return the values. And I guess these are kind of important. Rest of them might be like we can play with them, but from key set default, I don't know what really they are. Rest of them are I don't know. So I guess that's it from dictionary. We are kind of really done with the dictionary. Nested dictionary, looping, copying, we can use that. Yeah, dictionary, that stuff or that. So yeah, till now, like any kind of question or query related to what we really did. We did
Oh,
Boolean and
yeah.
yeah, like any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. So maybe we can continue with if else statement. Like any idea
If
about if
else,
else?
yes.
Yeah.
I know. I know. I mean, you use it like conditional statements, like it says if five, for instance, if you can say if 5 is greater than 4, return this,
Yeah.
else return that.
Yep.
Um, I know that's how it's used. I've probably used it a couple of times, but it would be good to throw more light on it.
Yeah, why not? Okay, so they are just talking about indentation. So this good part, let's close this and let's suppose we have a, a shop. A shop and let's go easy. A is equals to 5 and B is equals to 10. Okay, that's it. And now we are like, if A is less, or A is just to equal to, A is equals to 5, then whenever I push enter, I get like inside the if body. And how I know I am inside the body, there would be like, you know, some spaces, 4 spaces usually, like mostly. And this
You
is like
said
any.
if pod.
Hmm?
You said if you're inside the if pod,
If body, if block,
body, okay.
you could say body or if block or
Block. Okay.
yeah,
All right, I
block
got it.
body. Yep. If you're inside, yeah, now we are inside that, and if this condition it gets true, then it's gonna get inside this body and execute whatever statements do we have. Let's suppose we have two print statement which says equal, and again on next line it says kind of equal. So in this case it will really run, because if I do a equal 5, it will return me a true. So whenever if finds a true here, it will execute its body. So here it will, you know, execute these two statements. Or let's suppose we can say there is another statement which is like a plus equals to 1. It, you know, increments, does an increment of 1 in a. And if again I print a, so it's basically anything inside if body. You could see like 4 4 4 4 everywhere, 4 spaces. And as soon as I get out of the if body, it's gonna, let's do print out. So this time all of these things will run, but I'm gonna show you one example. So like these two run, like first of all this got true because a was 5, and all these statements run like a, they're like we wrote a code to do increment of 1 in a, so the answer was 6, like in this line. And this also kind of run. But as soon as I change the value of a to maybe 4, so this kind of, you know, evaluation would get false. And when if will, you know, evaluate this statement or this condition, there will be a false. So all these lines will kind of never execute until this gets true. So now like you could see only this thing is executing, which is, you know, again outside the body or the block of if statement. Like, does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, cool. So that's really the important part of that. And let's just cut this and let's make a new example. Like, let's suppose shop, and that shop has Coke and has Pepsi. Like the parents sent a kid and asked him like, if you found if Coke, Coke in shop. If that's there in shop, like print, we can say just print, bring that, buy that, buy that. Or if that's not there, else uh, print, return. So here it kind of makes sense. Like the boy will go here, he's really gonna buy that because the shop has that stuff. Let's do this. What did that? Oh yeah, no. So yeah, he kind of bought that. He bought that. It's good to write he bought that. Or it's fine to keep it like that. But let's suppose there was no Coke in the, no, no Coke in the shop. So at this time he is just gonna return. So the main conclusion or the crux is like if statement gets executed, it will return, it will get into the body of its own, its own body, and it will really ignore the else statement. But as soon as like the condition here, or the calculation here gets the result here gets false, it will straight away go to else statement and will say go and execute whatever is inside your body. So if gets executed, this gets ignored, and if this does not get executed, this really runs like
Sounds, yeah.
yeah, clear. So yeah, this is like example of like this and that. But let's suppose we had some more kind of options. So we are gonna continue this like shop example. We would say if cog in shop, then print
We made that.
by cog. Okay, you know and again we are saying like by cog, but let's suppose there was no cook in the shop, so we are again using an else if statement. Else if there is another keyword called else if, it's similar to that, but what we can do is with the help of else if we can check multiple things. Here we
Yeah,
only had
yeah,
like
yeah,
check this,
yeah.
if that's false just go to this thing
Then do
here,
that, yeah.
yeah, but here we are like also kind of check for
We
Pepsi.
can do many else
Yeah,
ifs.
as we can use as many as else if statements as we want,
Mm, mm.
by Pepsi. And at the last, if that boy didn't found like the if this statement is if the condition here was false, obviously this is not gonna get executed. If the condition here was false, this isn't gonna get executed. So the last option is else. So in else we are like just return back, so here let's see what kind of really executes. It says return back. What? Oh, spellings are wrong. Pepsi. So this time he buys the Pepsi because the shop only has Pepsi. I don't know why. Yeah,
So you
7 Up
can
and Pepsi.
say it's more like saying, if you have Coke, give me Coke. If you don't have Coke, give me 7 Up. If you don't have 7 Up, give me Sprite. If you don't have Sprite, give me Mirinda.
Yeah,
Or else return, or
yeah,
else then return my money.
yeah. We can do
So
that.
it will
Yeah,
check all of those drinks, and then if they don't have any of them, then return my money.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. But the thing is, let's do else if I don't know, Sprite in shop
Uh,
by Sprite. So we
yeah,
can add like
yeah.
multiple of them, but
Well,
the
it's yeah.
yeah, but the thing to remember is, let's suppose this statement, like the answer here got true, and this else have said, oh, I got a true, so I gonna get execute my body. The thing
Yeah, I
is
will
like
not go
this,
through the rest.
yeah,
Yeah,
it will just skip whatever is like
the
beneath
rest.
this.
Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah.
Yep. So let's see what they have. Yeah, they talked about indentation. We kind of discussed this. Elsaf, yeah, we kind of really discussed this. B is greater than C. Else if, let's check, A is equal to B. Yeah, A is equals to B. Yeah. Else is keyword catching anything which isn't catched by the predicting condition. So yeah, that's a really good way to explain that. So if none of them catched any true boolean value, so the last resort is else. It's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna handle that. And shorthand if, oh, this is really cool. Shorthand if, but I guess for now it's good to just remember this long one, but this could be also good thing. So here we don't, if we have only one thing to do after we want to evaluate something and only want to do one thing, so that's a good thing to do. But it's kind of really same, but that is in one line. We can also do in something like this, but that's a kind of shortcut to do that if we only have one thing to do. Yeah, shorthand if else, oh yeah, it's also good. let's kind of try that out. Huh. So here we are like we are. Let's break this down. If I guess I should run this, and after that, if I'm like if A is greater than B, then what we are saying, okay, go back here and print something, print high, we are just gonna read it like this: if A is greater than B, then this thing will get executed, else the thing next to else will get executed. So that's how we can read this thing. I hope it makes sense. This is like grouped,
Yeah,
and
it
this is
does.
kind of grouped. It's like, one line shorthand if else statement. And
If
oh
you were
yeah,
to
like,
make
yeah, yeah.
if you were to make that last line 2 lines, you would put a semicolon uh, after B or what?
Like you were like, if I had to do something like this, let's continue with this example.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, if
I mean, if you were to change that one line into 2 lines.
oh, this thing you're talking about, this thing,
Yeah, no.
this one.
No, the next one. Yeah, that one, yeah. So if we change it to 2 lines, how would we have done it?
Actually, we can't, because that's the shorthand thing. So we need to put everything in one line. That's the case here. If we
Mm.
wanna do that in multiple line, we have this, long method to do. Just put everything inside, that body. But here we are not using that indentation rule. We are just, saying, if this is true, go on left and execute this. Else, go on right and execute this. So these are kind of paired together. And yeah, your question was quite valid. And let's suppose this was our case and we didn't want it to do that in how many lines? These are like 10 lines. We just wanted to do this in one line. So in this shortcut, we don't have option of using else if. We only have option
Mm.
of using if and else. So what we can really
Mm.
do is, like, as they have given example in that website, let's do continue with this. If Pepsi in shop, then go back here and print uh, by Pepsi. And after that we can use else statement, and inside that else statement we can again use an if Coke in shop, then come here and do a kind of print statement and say buy Coke, and after that write an else statement. And again in that else statement we can either put a condition that, okay, just return, or we can even write that another if statement. It's kind of
Mm.
nesting here.
Yeah.
That's the main case. And after
Nested
like this,
ifs. Yeah.
yeah, we can nest another if else inside else block. So that's the else block, and inside this we kind of nested another, else, and inside that we can do multiple things. So we could replicate this else if kind of thing in single line. But yeah, if you're going following this kind of indentation rule or this method, we can just use else. But here we don't have any option to do use else if keyword. So we can put another if else inside if kind of thing.
Got it.
Cool. So that's what they were saying here. What that was? Tertiary or tertiary operators. This technique is known tertiary operators and condition expression. So yeah, good to remember this, tertiary operators. Oh, 10 minutes left. And so yeah, here where and comes. So if you want to check that if A is greater than B and C is also greater than, so like if we have multiple condition here, we could also write that use and, Or you could also check if a shop has Coke and a shop also has a maybe burger
Yeah.
in shop, then buy Coke and burger.
Did you have to put in shop?
Oh, I have to put, but I didn't add it that. So this one
No, no.
is
I
never
mean
gonna.
the last in shop on that line. Did you have to put that? No,
Like
line number one.
okay, yeah,
The last in shop. Did you have to put that?
yeah, we
Yeah,
have
that
to.
one is
Yeah, because see, this
because
is kind of a really separate thing. Let me enclose this into brackets. It will get
okay,
more clear. So as you
okay.
see here, this kind of computes its own result.
Mm.
If I could copy that today. Okay, this computes its own results, and this
Okay.
computes
I
its
understand.
kind of its own
Like
results. And what we are
burger,
doing, and
burger,
we
yeah,
yeah,
burger is not a complete sentence if you don't add in shop.
yeah. If I don't enter, it's just a burger. If it's a burger,
Yeah.
that means kind of true. To if statement, what it will does, like it will automatically apply bool bool to this burger, and it will get true because a string has something in it, so it's automatically gonna what this if statement does is if we don't uh, calculate something which returns as true or false, it automatically applies this type conversion to that stuff, and it's always gonna return true because we have something, there is a string. If in case it was an empty string, then it's gonna get false and something. So yeah,
Got it.
we need to do that stuff. So using and, or we could just say or. If he founds Coke, then yeah, okay, buy only Coke. And if he, or like it's just it's like if this is true, then come here and do this stuff. And if this is true, if this is false, it doesn't
Or
really
if this is
matters.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's like if one of them is true, just go and do whatever is
Yeah,
inside this.
executes the one that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what they are doing here. Or yeah, A is 200, B is 33, C is 500. A is greater than B. Yeah, 200 is greater than 33. Or A is greater than C. 200 is greater than C. No, it is not, but as we have used or, this condition was true, so this statement is gonna get executed because it was or. If here we had and operator, then it would have never, you know, gone into if body. Nested if else statement. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Uh, and another, we did a kind of nested thing here. You remember? Like it was like if, and inside
Yeah.
else, we again
Yeah.
put it else if, but in like that.
Yeah.
Let's suppose A is 10 and B is kind of 40. And we are like, let's do minus to make it a bit logical. If A is, let's do if B is greater
Rest.
than
The
0,
beat. Greater than. Yeah.
then come inside if block and then again check that if B is B modulus 2 equals to 0. It means that when we divide 40 with 2, does it equals to 0? If it does, then print uh, even number. So yeah, B is an even number, but let's suppose I did 41. So nothing will happen because we didn't add in an else statement. We can add else and we can say print odd number, because we know if it's not divisible by 2, then obviously it's gonna be odd. So here we are getting odd number, but here we like this else was associated with this if, but the else we are adding here is associated with negative number is associated with this kind of thing. So in Python, the indentation really matters. Let's suppose I had committed a mistake and I had added this. See, it's giving me error. It was like it was expecting some if or else if, but it doesn't kind of really messes up with that stuff. So you need to be careful with the indentation. I am using an extension which is called rainbow indentation that really helps me, keep them into that stuff. You can basically add extensions from like going to this bar and add them. I don't know, I had that somewhere. Yeah, rainbow CSV. You can just, download this and it will kind of help you stay a bit organized or that stuff with
Oh,
indentation. Yeah. So
the extension would suggest the indentation to me or
it
what?
no, it will just highlight, bring up the colors. If let's suppose if I disable this extension, my goodness, rainbow this. If I disable, you will notice something here. Ah, not right now. Let's close this. Let me open this again. Oh my god, it's still working. I guess I need to close this whole thing. Let's now try to find your file. Come on. Oh my god, it's still working. Didn't I disable this? Basically, it was just,
No, you
it will give
didn't.
me the colors. But, oh, disable.
Yeah, so that
Please.
no.
Oh, indentation rainbow. I disabled another thing, which was rainbow CSV. That's something else.
Yeah,
So now you can see this. Now you will notice something.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like, still,
And
it's like, what's wrong with you guys? Rainbow CSV, indentation, reload require.
I get the idea. You have to
Yeah, but
disable or enable it.
oh, here you go. This is like the default thing, without that colorful extension. Okay, so let's see what else do we have. The pass statement. Oh, that's a good one. Let's suppose if we are computing something, let's take this example. If we are here we were like, if Coke is in the shop or burger is in the shop here, like at this point I was quite bit confused at what to print. Like, should I print buy Coke or buy Coke and burger, because we never know what is present in that stuff. So here
Yeah.
I could just add pass, which is just like do nothing. If this condition gets true, just do nothing, and
I see.
just just do nothing. It will not go on execute these thing. If this condition gets executed, it just goes inside this and does nothing. It's a good thing to do. And there's one other thing. Like, if we are just creating the structure initially, we are just like, if user enters if user enters 1, then do something, and we don't know what we really want to do. We can just add pass, but we know if the user enters 2, print you are logged in. We can do this, something like this. So pass statement can be used in this thing. Like, if I will not use this pass, it will give me an error. It will say like there should be something inside if body, like, expected an indentation block. So basically this whole line is kind of really empty. So pass is a good keyword to use here.
Got it.
Okay, any kind of questions related to this, because this just ended if else statement.
No, no, not really.
Mm-hmm.